Acrisius was king of Argos. After the oracle reached him, he ordered the palace gates sealed, confined Danae to the bronze chamber below, and tried to stop what he had heard from ever leaving the king's walls. He asked the oracle whether he could avoid this fate. The oracle answered clearly the son born to his daughter would one day kill him. Acrisius responded by locking Danae in an underground bronze chamber, hoping stone could hold back what was written. A strange night came down on Seriphus' coast, and after that night Danae had Perseus, and the old fear in the palace woke into motion. Acrisius refused to accept it and placed mother and child in a sealed chest and sent them into the sea. The chest drifted to Seriphus, where fisherman Dictys found them and took them in. Dictys raised Perseus. As he grew, he carried both gratitude for rescue and the burden of a marked lineage. In Seriphus, Apollodorus wanted Danae, but Perseus' presence blocked him. He turned this into a public power move, using a wedding contribution pretext to force the court, then ordering Perseus to retrieve Medusa's head. Perseus found the Graeae, 3 daughters of Phorcys sharing one eye and one tooth. He borrowed one eye and one tooth, with a promise to return them. He received directions to the nymphs. In return, he gained the Kibices, winged sandals, and Hades' cap. Athena and Hermes completed the support for the plan. Perseus used the edge of Hades' cap to approach and steady his breath. He did not look directly at Medusa. He used the bronze shield as reflection. Among the 3 Gorgons, he chose one target and made one clean cut. With Medusa's head in the Kibices, he started the return. The other Gorgons woke and chased him. Hades' cap kept him out of direct sight. Perseus held the Kibices tight against his ribs, kept stepping short through the surf, and only when the shore lights appeared did he loosen his fingers inch by inch. Near Ethiopia, he found Andromeda bound to a rock. Cassiopeia had boasted against the Nereids, and Poseidon answered with flood and sea monster. Andromeda was exposed as a public sacrifice. Perseus made the condition in front of the court he would slay the beast first, and then the marriage agreement would hold. He killed the beast and cut Andromeda's chains. Phineus, Andromeda's first intended husband, turned the situation into a conspiracy. While it surfaced, Perseus displayed Medusa's head and Phineus with his supporters were turned to stone. Perseus returned to Seriphus, where Danae and Dictys were still in hiding. He confronted Apollodorus' rule with the Gorgonaean. Apollodorus and his allies were petrified. Perseus made Dictys king, returned the sandals, bag, and cap to Hermes, and gave Medusa's head to Athena. Perseus then moved toward Argos with Danae and Andromeda, while Acrisius had fled from fear of the oracle. At games in Larissa, a discus thrown by Perseus accidentally struck him. The oracle was fulfilled. Perseus buried Acrisius outside the city and later completed a kingdom exchange with Megapens. He continued the line with Andromeda thereafter. The film version for this story follows Apollodorus, the library, Book 2, Chapter 4, Sections 2.4.1 through 2.4.5. The story covers Acrisius receiving the oracle, Danae being confined, the chest drifting to Seriphus, and Perseus growing up before setting out for the head of Medusa. In the narrative arc, Hermes and Athena provide guidance and the divine implements. Perseus reaches the sleeping Gorgons and beheads the mortal Medusa. He then goes to Ethiopia, rescues Andromeda, defeats the sea monster, and resolves the return route conflict with Phineus and Apollodorus. He returns the divine implements and the film closes with the oracle fulfilled when Acrisius dies by accident. For version scope, later materials are excluded of the Perseid genealogy after section 2.4.6, stories linked to Pegasus and Bellerophon, the Heracles lineage, and later literary writings from Ovid or others involving Medusa and Andromeda are not part of this film's central line. Reference-only materials are Bellerophon and the Chimera, later Perseid traditions, later literary reworkings, Andromeda's constellation reception, and the extended Phineus thread are kept as references and are not blended into this film. This closes the film's source and version scope. Thank you for watching.